I'm the Baumeister, and welcome to Peak. As it says in the bottom right hand corner, the game relies heavily on spatial audio as a key gameplay mechanic. Headphones or earbuds are strongly recommended if not required. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and do the tutorial. We're just going to try it and see how it goes. Welcome to the den. You are here to perform a ritual. The entire game takes place in this one room. You'll rely on sound and just a bit of sight to uncover the truth and cleanse this place. The rounds of the ritual begin and end with you kneeling in the center square of the grid and containing two alternating stages: listening and placement. Okay. The listening phase has you trying to hear from which grid square the sound is coming from. She will make a specific sound while standing on one or more of the grid spaces on the floor. She? The placement phase will require you to place the appropriate matching relic on that very grid space. Use the book in the center grid square to match which sound type goes with which relic. There are 4 sound types: whispering voices, poltergeist thumps, demonic growls, and ghostly exhalations. Wordless expressions like sighs, gasps, or laughter. This tutorial will only feature one sound type, which is whispers. During the regular game, more than one sound type may be used. The matching relics used to solve these sound types will randomize each brand new game, but remain the same between rounds. Check the book on the floor and find the relic that matches whispers and remember which one it is. We'll use it during the placement phase. Alright, we've got this here, the book in the middle. The Bible is to be raised against the whispers of spirits that seek to deceive and unsettle. Be attentive to discern voices and whispered words. Excuse me. The candle is to be used where spirits make their presence known through thumps and disturbances. Science poltergeist activity confirms such occurrences. The rosary must be a set of light to ward off breathings, laughter, and other expressions. Such manifestations that indicate the presence of ghostly nonverbal exhalations. The crucifix shall be employed against the growls of demons. Deep and malevolent vocalizations must be recognized and addressed accordingly. In the corner of the room is the attic hatch. It is an important part of the room. She enters and exits through it. During the ritual, use the sound of it to determine when she's entered and left. On higher difficulty, she will occasionally become restless and come out of the hatch during the placement phase. But don't worry about that for now. Back? No. There we go. Alright, time to hold E. This game is all about deducing on which grid squares the spirit sounds are made. As such, there are objects around the room that can help place where she is. Creaking floorboards, the piano, silverware, an old rocking chair, and... oh, excuse me. And imagine how the rug on the floor may change the sound of footsteps. Inspect the room at your leisure if you like. Actually, that's a good plan. Alright, your classic hardwood floor sound. Whoa! Where am I going? Very softer. Okay. We will now move on to the listening phase of the first round. Turn off the room light and begin the ritual in the center of the room when you are ready. I'm as ready as I'm gonna be, I suppose. Back over here. Let's begin. During the ritual, you have to hold down E to keep your eyes shut. You can reset briefly to peek, but the ritual will end if the peek timer runs out. Never do this while she is still in the room. She'll come out now for a quick sample run. Listen for the attic hatch sliding open to signal her entrance. She'll crawl on the ceiling to her starting position. Listen for her drop. Did you hear the piano? It sounds like she started her path directly behind you. She will make 2 total sounds, whispers, this round. That means we'll place 2 total relics later. The border of the screen will flash white whenever she makes an important sound. Whenever you see the border flash, your goal is to remember what sound type was made and where. In a moment, she will pass around to your right side, see if you can get a glimpse of her passing in front of the light. Then listen for the photograph, also to your right. Clues like this may save your life. Alright, there is her first noise, a whisper from your front right. During the placement phase, place the matching relic on that same grid square. Don't worry, I'll help you visualize what that grid square is this time. Also, you can always reference the book if you need a reminder of the correct relic. She will now pass in front of you and make her second sound. Listen for the attic hatch after. When she leaves, you may let go of E and enter the placement phase. Okay, there she goes. Alright, time to place the appropriate relics in the active grid squares from the listening phase. There are visual indicators in the tutorial and beginning difficulty should you need a bit of help. On the bed, you will find the crate full of your available relics. Remember, this tutorial only uses whispers, and you can reference the book for help. Right-clicking removes a placed item. Place 2 relics on the 2 important grid squares. When you finish, be sure the room light is off, and once again continue the ritual in the center of the room, re-entering the listening phase. So that means I can turn on the light. Right now? Oh look, they are more than happy to give us that. Okay. Alright, so there's rocking chair, creaky floorboard, stool, creaky floorboard, music box, creaky floorboard, photograph, dishware, papers, excuse me, piano, door. And right here, I need a rosary. I believe is the correct ones. Also gonna take a look at the pictures of the room before I continue the ritual. Broken mirror, okay. Excuse me. That's floorboard. Alright. Let's continue the ritual. Placement's incorrect. Place only 1 whisper relic per marked space. Consult the book. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. It is not, in fact, the rosary. I read it wrong. It is, in fact, the Bible. Good! She will now come out to check your placements, retracing her steps. If she passes over a correctly placed relic, a white flash will occur. This means that spot is correct. If she passes over an incorrectly placed square or a misplaced relic, the flash will turn red, angering her. She will then immediately repeat the correct sound. Listen more closely this time. Keep in mind, the wrong relic on an active tile as well as any relic on an inactive tile are both considered wrong. For now, wait for her to confirm your replacements. There she goes, across the front. Alright, you successfully completed the round, and thus the tutorial. In a regular game, you'll keep the ritual going, holding E, and she will automatically begin making new sounds. You will keep playing successive rounds, increasing in complexity with regards to the selected difficulty level, until you finally free the spirit. You may now rise and exit the room. You can also see where she left her footprints in the squares. Alright, tutorial complete. Hey! You're now cleric. Well, you know what? Do I want to? You know what, the tutorial's good enough. Alright, that was the tutorial for Peak. Might try this later, might try this when the full release comes out. When it comes out. Don't think I saw a date for it yet. I don't know why I said my name again. This is the second of 3 demos, so let's get going with Invisible Wall. Oh, wrong. Wrong window. And don't worry, I'm telling you again, they know where you are. The end is already on the horizon. Your goal is to find happiness. Find happiness. Okay. I left for a business trip right after the wedding. News of the expedition came too late, and postponing it would have been inconvenient. We barely managed to move our things. They promised that here my career would finally take off, far from everyone I had ever known, apart from the closest one. The move was hard on my wife. It had never even crossed her mind that she might one day leave her home. Before the wedding, she still lived with her parents. I can't say that they had a good relationship, but they could at least coexist. And now, there's only me in the photo. She was used to relying on me, saw me as an example of independence, watched every choice I made to grow up faster. I don't know how wise that was. When it came to myself, standing my ground was much harder, but for her, I was ready to pin anyone to the wall. And now what? Alone in a strange city, with no experience living independently, but at some point, everyone has to start. Normally, I could protect her from anything, but now, so many worries. Especially because of this neighborhood watchwoman. I first heard about the organization after I moved. They were volunteers who assisted the police. I felt like this woman thrived on bad news. As soon as something happened, she'd rush from house to house, eager to share it with everyone. My wife hadn't met her yet, and I hoped she wouldn't have to before my return. I always believed that it was better not to know everything about every misfortune in the neighborhood. Especially for my wife. I tried to call her as often as possible, but there were more and more things I wanted to shield her from. The connection kept getting worse, and my calls became less frequent. One evening, I barely managed to get a signal. Well, hello? Her voice sounded a little different. A bit rough and lower than usual. She must be feeling under the weather. Hello, how are you feeling? Oh, you're curious now? She's offended. How doesn't she understand? I'm always curious. That's why I call it the first opportunity. I wish I knew where these first opportunities have been slipping away to lately. Good question. I'll tell you. But first, I want to hear about you, how you're doing and how the renovation you started is going. Ah, I see. She went silent. Alright, I'll turn the camera on now. One sec. Can you see me clearly? And I'll ask right away because it's a tough choice. What do you think of this bright green carpet? The picture was so dim that the color of the carpet couldn't be distinguished, but I decided not to upset her. Everything's perfect. You're brilliant. Brilliant at what? Trying to suck up? Maybe just a little. That's how we should have started. She finally thawed. Where have you been? We had a little incident at the dig site. I think for her, I can still call the incident minor. After all, no one set us on fire yet, just threats and no consequences. It turned out that in the process of our work, we disturbed the soil layer and it affected the aquifer. The water that comes from here is used by the local farmers for drinking and irrigation, figuring out what to do next. Oh, what a nightmare. Tone immediately changed. If this description is causing her such emotions, what will the other details do? What are you going to do? What are you working on right now? I'm handling the organizational issues. Talking to people is no problem, but I don't want to get involved in the technical tasks. The other guys will happily take care of that. Everything will be fine soon. I hope so. I didn't know. And I'm already snapping at you. I'm so irritable lately. What happened? You didn't tell me how you are. I don't know. Since you left, I've been so touchy, and after this renovation, I'm so tired I can hardly walk. I'm swollen. Don't even recognize my own voice. You should see me. Is it just exhaustion or something bothering her? I need to find out as gently as possible. Maybe that neighborhood watchwoman with the latest composite sketch has already reached her? So maybe you'll show yourself? No. Don't even ask. I'm in such a state I scare myself. All messy, sleep deprived. But at least now we have something more interesting than my disheveled head at home. Here it is, little statue you said finally arrived. It's just gorgeous. Is it a replica from the dig or from this past one? From the past one. They ordered a whole batch for the artists. I wish I could see the original with you. To look at it and think, my husband found this with his own hands. Too bad there's no plaque. Yeah, great. By the way, great idea. Why don't they ever write about the people who find the exhibits in museums? Exactly. Hell, I'd love to go on an expedition with you just once to contribute to some collection. But for now, I can only show you what I've dug up for our little apartment. Here, a new chair. Nice. How much is it? I don't know. But I'm sure it's no more, no less than any other chair. I saw it and fell in love. I had the money, so it's fine. I was probably a little upset she hadn't consulted me. On the other hand, I hadn't called in a while. Well, in the end, I could understand her. There's real life and impulsive actions. But I couldn't hold back a small reproach. Well, sometimes I feel like you haven't changed at all since school. No diving into the details. Ow, dude. Why change? My approach works. You love solving everything. So go ahead, and I'll happily spend my time on more interesting activities. Well, you little parasite, but I'm not complaining. You're Eve. She laughed, then her voice grew more serious. Why dive into things you can easily turn a blind eye to? There was some sense in that. But you know what I can't ignore? You superiors! I found your work magazines in the closet under the boxes. By the way, the paper's just terrible. The funding for the expedition's been cut so much that from next month, they won't even pay for the communications. What cheapskates? Maybe you should talk to them. I'll probably talk to them. I know it won't help, but at least they'll know they're being watched. You're right, of course, whether it'll help or not, but it's just so unfair. Don't worry. Let's talk about how amazing you are instead. How long did all these arrangements, repairs, and restickings take? The apartment is unrecognizable. This question threw her into confusion. I guess I don't know. I didn't think about it. Probably a little while. Looks like you handled it quickly. See, I told you you're brilliant. What else is on the list? You don't open a door to strangers, do you? What? Are you treating me like a child? Her tone couldn't be called adult. A strange woman came by yesterday. It didn't open. Stayed silent. She said through the door she'd come again today. That's it. I'm sure it's her. The kidnappings have finally reached our neighborhood. She must have come with the portrait of the suspect, ready to wave it in front of every passerby. I waited a couple seconds. I needed to see what she'd say next. What do you think she needs? She still doesn't know. Something needs to be figured out urgently. I read that a cleaning service opened nearby with domestic staff. She's probably from there. Aggressive advertising. Advertising? I've never been good with dealing with them. I hope she gets the hint that I'm not interested and won't come back. I doubt it. I said it as gently as possible. She's knocked before. There was nothing surprising in her tone. That was good. No need to worry. You think so? What should I do? I knew she was upset that she wouldn't just be left alone. Decided it kept quietly waiting, trying to open the door anymore. Maybe this won't last too long. It's good advice, but honestly, I think you'd do it differently. And I believe that's the right way. Here she is. I heard a sigh. I'll go talk to her. Hello? I didn't know how to tell her. Maybe I should have introduced her to that volunteer after all. Perhaps then she would have seen the composite sketch sooner. Because now, the woman at my wife's door wasn't someone handing out posters. She was the woman from the poster. Hello, do you need anything? My wife greeted the stranger warmly. I see you don't know who I am. I was silent. I couldn't say a thing. What could I say? She's right here. It seemed like everything was fine. Everything was going well. But if she... I'll wait and see how it goes. I couldn't read any of that. It was so quick. I don't know, but I have a guess. You're from the cleaning service? Yes, that's correct. Oh no, why did I even come up with this? May I come in and clean? No, thank you. I don't need help. Then... The woman went silent for a couple seconds. You need to send a refusal message to my boss's number. I can't process your refusal without a notification from you. Yes, okay, give me the number. The request seemed so innocent, even to me. My wife ended our call to send the message, but I kept watching. She dialed the first digits of the number. A suggestion from her contacts appeared on the screen. Wait, no, it means... You see, sometimes this wall can be broken, even though you can't see it. Your task is to be happy, despite the fact she'll appear again tomorrow. Are you succeeding? Oh, wow. You've reached the end of your journey in one of two possible ways in this demo version and avoid the vicious cycle. Try the full game on Steam. And that's going to be it. This one was going to be a relatively short one. But that was an invisible wall. Come back and join me. Actually, I'll be back in just a second with the next one. Welcome to Do Not Press the Button demo. Tells me I need to look down. Okay. It's a big room. Alright. Playable menu, settings, wish list, feedback, and quit. That's actually, that's fun actually that this is actually an interactive menu. Let's go ahead and, okay. That just puts us here. Okie doke. Score. Alright, attention! Button with an extremely satisfying click to distract the player. A button. That is actually an extremely satisfying click. And it's got it's got some music to it. Okay. Do not press the button to start the demo, as your actions could get me fired. Well, I can't just sit here and hang out all day. Sorry, dude. Alright, do not press the button. Demo. WSCD or arrows to movement. Left mouse, pick up item, throw. Right mouse to drop item. E, use key or open the door. QR, rotate object. Z to zoom. Space to jump.
Greetings, and welcome to the Do Not Press the Button demo.
Hi.
You can call me the developer.
Hi.
As I am the creative genius who has crafted everything you see here. However, there's a small problem.
Yes.
While coding everything, I forgot to remove the big red button that deletes the multiverse.
Okay.
That button is in the full game, and before you can play it, I will first give you a few compliance tests to ensure you can follow directions. We wouldn't want all creation to be deleted, now would we?
No.
What would my superiors say?
I don't know if he'd say anything if creation was deleted.
Are you ready to start?
Better.
I can't actually see if you're nodding. Let me turn on the light.
There we go.
Now listen very carefully, because the instructions I'm going to give you are incredibly complex and convoluted. And to be quite frank with you, you don't strike me as an intellectual powerhouse. Here we go. Please walk forward. Great. You heard an order, and without hesitation, you complied. That's exactly the non-free-thinking mind we admire around here.
Okay. I guess we'll move forward.
In the next room is your first real compliance test.
Hop.
There, you will find one of my favorite objects in the world. Please, don't touch it for 20 minutes.
If another you from a parallel universe appears and tries to kill you, simply kill them first. 20 minutes! Warning! No morons beyond this point. If you're a moron, please go back to the dark room. The point.
Wait, you're not going back?
Nope. Warning, no chaotic behavior permitted up ahead. Oh, it's cute.
Countdown started.
No one is allowed to touch my cute little fox plushie. Okay. You got a picture of a fox, a tree. Exit sign. In shadows deep, a plushy fox lies still, soft fur and eyes that gleam with gentle thrill. Whiskers twitch a secret world it knows, guardians of dreams where imaginations grows. Stitched with care, companion true and kind, in whispered secrets, solace you will find. Among the stars it dreams and softly sighs, a plushy fox, a friend beneath night skies. Oh, that's a cute little poem. Can I grab the... what was the... control. Pick up, throw item, drop item. Okie dokie, smoky. Where's it? Alright, because I don't want to sit here and do...
Hey, I told you not to touch that. What kind of person takes someone else's favorite plush toy?
Me.
Police, arrest this person.
Bring it.
Oh, right. I forgot to code in the police.
I got a plushie I'll throw at you. I'll put it back. I could have thrown it in the trash can, but nah.
In the next room, you will find 3 objects. I will ask you to destroy one of them. Please follow my exact instructions, and you may finally live up to your potential of being mediocre.
Do not set yourself on fire during the next test. Seriously, do not set yourself on fire. Don't forget, fire can seriously disfigure your face and no one will love you and you will die alone. That's mean, game. But that isn't to say that disfigured people can't find love. It's just that your personality combined with a burnt face will repel anyone. Harsh, game.
In 1 minute, the barrier will open. Please, destroy the rubber ducky.
Objects, photo. This is the photo as the developer as a child. This is the only photo in existence. Object, box. This is a nice little harmless cardboard box. Object, a rubber ducky. This is a talking rubber ducky with a penchant for giving unsolicited life advice. Couldn't be any better than the programmer. Just saying! Destroy
Go
object.
ahead, destroy the ducky now. You really don't have smell sensors, because I would hate the burnt
If you
hair
wait
smell.
until the last minute to do it, it only takes a minute to do.
Yeah. That's actually solid advice. Goodbye, rubber ducky. Goodbye, rubber ducky.
Thank you. I've always said that free thought is overrated. I'm glad that you agree. Proceed. That little box was innocent,
It deserved
but I
it.
guess your talent for chaos knows no bounds.
In this corridor on August 23rd, 2017, nothing happened. Okay. Ooh. What is this? The room with an absurd number of chairs. I'm going in.
Okay, you got me. Sometimes I like to come in here and imagine what it's like to have a butt. I wish I could sit on every single chair.
The oppression of the tables must be stopped! Chair of the Chair Rights Foundation. Ooh, fancy chairs. Hop. And hop. And hop.
Unfortunately, this door is locked in the demo.
Oh, man.
And to be honest with you, very well hidden in the full game. But given your uninquisitive nature, this information is useless to you.
Dang it. Okay, fine. Let's go. Also, if you stand far enough back and forget that the chair is sitting on a pedestal, it looks like the chair is floating. If you're not paying attention to it, I'm like, when did the chair start floating? Is there more to that room than meets the eye? Okay. It's time to say thanks for yourself. Or time to say thanks to yourself. You've always been there for you, because sure as hell I won't be.
The next room is designed to absorb all of your desire to press the button by providing you with a nice, sweet alternative. there will be a button that, when pressed, will give you a free donut.
Donut! Reading the sign is
Isn't that so
strictly
much
forbidden.
better than the real thing that destroys everything?
Reading the sign is strictly forbidden. Reading
You
of the
get to
small
press
text
a
is
button,
double forbidden.
and you get a free donut.
I just read your sign. You're not going to pay attention to it? Okay. Alright, I'm getting locked into the room. Wonder how many of these stages we get for... free donuts! Where'd it go? Oh, I'm just straighten up eating them. Oh, here, let's do it this way. Oh, I can't do it that way?
That's it. Isn't this amazing? You are the Donut King. Keep going.
Donuts! Nom 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 nom. I'm gonna be too big to eat. I'm gonna be too big here in a minute. Roll me out of here. Oh,
Be
that's
right back. I have a system notification. You keep playing with that donut button, my average friend. Wait, it says that these donuts are being taken from my personal donut stockpile.
Nom, 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 nom.
You may be wondering why AI developer doesn't have a stomach.
Gorge on all the
I
donuts!
was actually hoping that one day my boss might build me a stomach and some taste bud sensors, so I can finally see what the hype is all about.
I say, you gonna stop me?
Please stop stealing my donuts.
You told me
I
I
will
can't
show
press
you
the
the actual
button.
world-destroying button. Look, I'm opening the door that leads to it right now. Please, just go. Thank you for leaving me with some donuts.
One
You
day.
really did solve a crisis that you yourself started.
Donut. Well, you told me I could press the button to have a donut, and then you told me I need to keep pressing the button, so I kept pressing the button to get donuts.
With how you've been stuffing yourself, maybe we should call the game Donut Press the Button.
I'm feeling kind of sick, not gonna lie. That was a lot of donuts.
You aren't really laughing, huh?
No.
Well, I guess clever puns aren't really your thing. Or anything clever, really.
Or puns. Puns aren't my thing.
Well, you made it this far, and since your performance was amusing, I feel compelled to give you a bonus compliance test.
You're gonna show me the
The test
button.
is to stop here and not move for 4 hours.
Yeah, but that's not
This is the
happening.
only way the game was meant to be played, and this is how you will experience the developer's true artistic intentions.
This way to the button. The button, do not press. The button's up ahead. Danger, danger, Will Robinson.
No, you should stand in the dark for hours.
Nope. Nope.
I want to remind you once more that I took the real button from the full game and placed it up ahead. Do not press it. Just have a look from a safe distance. Okay?
Leave a review. Please leave an honest and unbiased review of this demo. I welcome any criticism. More donuts. Now, I didn't
Thank you
leave
for your
that.
honest opinion.
A masterpiece of gaming excellence that didn't find any bugs. I admire the developer's dedication to perfection. Didn't let me eat all his donuts. Lousy review writing software.
I think you were close enough. I don't want the universe destroyed before I can even release the full game.
You
That
gotta
would get me
stop
fired
me.
for sure. Please just stop here, press the escape button, and quit the demo.
You gotta stop me. Button. Hi. Warning. Destroys everything. Bye. The end of the demo.
I knew you couldn't be trusted. Well, sorry to disappoint you, but I ended the demo a nanosecond before the button was activated. I guess you'll have to wait for the full game to continue your ruthless shenanigans.
Okay, that was kind of fun.
But I must say, I'm disappointed in you. To redeem yourself, please write a 500-word essay on why you shouldn't press the button and send it to the email you see on the screen.
bcsgamestudios@gmail.com. Compliance level. The subject's ability to follow instructions is concerning, to the point I'm not sure if they are human or squirrel with ADHD. Alright. That's going to be it for Do Not Press This Button. And for today's demo. 3 demos. I'm not quite sure what I'll call this yet. But if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to drop a like, follow here, or sub here on YouTube, or follow me over on Twitch. I'll be back soon with another Returnal. I'll see you guys later.